Okay, 10 a.m., July 5th, 2023, City of Pasadena, Texas, council meeting is called to order. Excuse me. Rex Lindbergh, Community Director of Community Relations, will do the invocation. Councilmember Ruben Villarreal will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone would please stand.
You'll bow your heads, please. Father God, we come before you in the spirit of thanksgiving, thanking you for all the wonderful blessings in our life. Father, today we've got city business we've got to conduct, and we ask that you be with our mayor, our council members, and our new council members to help them to do the right thing for the city of Pasadena. Father, we ask that you be with them, give them wisdom and discernment as we conduct this business. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Councilman Villarreal.
Want to welcome all the new city council members. I'm not that new myself, but welcome to all of them. And Mr. Ibarra, it's always good seeing you. And I'd like to remind everyone that July 31st is Fill the Bus at the Pasadena Convention Center. Our church, like Iglesia del Pueblo's church, we always participate as best as we can, and we would love to encourage everyone else to participate in it.
Thank you. Councilperson Bill. Well, there we go.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. I'm glad to see everybody here. Thank you all for joining us today. It's a great honor to serve here as District B's representative, and I want to thank all of District B for re-electing me to the second term. With that, I think I'll pass. Thank you.
Guerrero, please.
Morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I hope you all celebrate a happy 4th of July with your families. I'm excited to be here, excited to represent our citizens, excited to work with you, Mayor, and the ongoing council. Anything you need, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Good morning. With the hot weather, sometimes air conditioning just can't handle it or breaks down. You can go to one of our libraries if you need to cool down, or you can go to the East Harris County Activity Center.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Estrada.
Good morning. I would like to welcome back our fellow council members, Councilmember Ibarra, welcome our new council members, Councilman Guerrero and Councilman Dolan and Dolan Dow, and look forward to working with this council. There's been some updates in District E. In Golden Acres, we were able to resurface Pine Street from Preston to Pansy, so I'm really pleased about that. There's some new sidewalks in District E on Rella between Southmore and Marlin, and on Peach between Dabney and Blackburn, and there was one more. Also, the old fire station number 5 in Golden Acres was demolished a few weeks ago. It was built in 1961, and it was in service until October 2015 when the new fire station was built. Overall, I'm pleased about the positive progress that we're seeing in District E, and I look forward to getting more work done. It's an honor to serve my district and to be re-elected. I would like to recognize Commissioner Agent Garcia and State Rep Marianne Perez and the Sheriff for being here earlier today. And with that, I pass, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Dow.
Again, I want to thank all of you guys for being here today, especially to my wife, Christine, and my 2 kids, Joseph and Ava, as well as my parents, Joseph and Melanie Dow, who were here earlier. I also appreciate the opportunity to serve this great city, Mayor Wagner over our new council administration, and my constituents of District F. I would also like to say a special thank you to my predecessor, former Councilman Phil Caton, for his service and unconditional support. May God bless Pasadena, Texas.
Thank you. Mr. Ibarra.
Good morning, everybody.
Thank y'all for coming out for the swearing in. I do want to thank, I've always said over the years that we have great employees. I know there was an issue on Thistledown in Parkview South. I think we've probably seen it on the news, on social media and stuff like that about some rats in the neighborhood. The code enforcement went out there, our health department went out there, our animal control went out there. They are promptly addressing the issue. We're trying to be compassionate with the homeowner, but at the same time, we're trying to make sure they're in compliance. Letters have been sent. They're addressing the issue. The issue is being addressed, so just give us some time. But it is being taken care of, and I appreciate all the city employees in the mayor's office for addressing that in a timely time. Also, our water department, our sewer department, there was actually a foul odor on Wentwood Drive, and they're contacting the sewer department. They went out there and took care of the problem. So I appreciate, like I said, our city employees always do a great job. But at the same time, there's a lot of issues that happen in the district. It's very important that you actually reach out to us, because a lot of times these issues have been going on for years, but nobody contacts their council member or the mayor's office. And a lot of times they get neglected. So please contact your elected officials whenever you have any concerns or issues. With that, I'll pass.
Thank you. Mr. Sainbaum.
Good morning, everyone. It's so wonderful to see a packed house this morning. I'd like to congratulate our new city council members and look forward to working with y'all. And I think we're going to have a great 2 years moving our city forward, continuing to do that. Also, too, I'd like to thank our city employees and especially our Parks Department. We had the Fourth Fest yesterday evening, and they did a remarkable job with the fireworks out at the convention center, and they had a lot of cleanup to do afterwards, and our city employees are the best, be it from putting on an event in the city to broken water lines, sewer lines, as Councilman Yubera stated, code enforcement issues, health issues. We do have a great city, but we have a lot of work to do too. So please reach out, use the mayor's action line, call your council member, and we're all happy to help. We're here for you. And with that, I'll pass, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, citizens wishing to speak to council. First is Ms. Eubanks.
Good morning, Mayor, Council. Congratulations and welcome. My name is Tish Eubanks, and I'm the Educational Liaison for the City of Pasadena. I'm here today to invite all of you to fill the bus, and I put something that you might find sweet in front of you so that you would remember Fill the Bus. Fill the Bus is a partnership between the City of Pasadena, the Pasadena Independent School District, and the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce. And it's an event where we collect school supplies. I'm sure you already know that Pasadena ISD is a Title I district. And in educational terms, what that means is over 50% of the students in Pasadena ISD are economically disadvantaged. Actually, there's 50,000 students in Pasadena ISD, and 85% of them are economically disadvantaged. So the need is obvious. With a show of hands, how many people in here, including our mayor and council, know a teacher? Raise your hand. There you go. Okay. Well, if you know a teacher, then you know how much money they spend out of their own pocket to furnish school supplies for their students. It's quite a burden on our teachers. So Fill the Bus, what we do with the school supplies is they are collected, they are organized, and they are moved to the PISD warehouse, where the teachers get to come on a day and we give them a bag, and they get to fill that bag with the school supplies they need for their students. Not all teachers need the same thing. A first grade teacher does not need what a ninth grade teacher needs. So it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for our teachers. And it's a great way for our community to come together, and it's a beautiful event. I want you to come out and see and just witness it, where our community comes together to bring school supplies for our students and for our teachers. So I hope to see some of you on July 31st. I didn't make you color this year, so enjoy your candy bar, and hope to see you.
Thank you, Ms. Eubanks. Christina Womack.
Good Good morning, Mayor, City Council. Congratulations on being elected and re-elected. I look forward to working with each of you. The Pasadena Chamber of Commerce seeks to do 4 things: advocate, connect, educate, and serve. And so I have a couple of upcoming activities. The first is in advocacy. Our first invitation to all of our city council members and mayor is to our Constituent Connection event on August 3rd from 4 to 6 at Silver Eagle Distributors. This is an opportunity to bring our local, state, and federal elected officials to the table with our stakeholders in business. We all know that businesses are the lifeblood to a community's success because of their participation in the community and support of sales tax. And so it's a great opportunity. I hope each of you will make plans to be there for that event. In terms of service, obviously we are a proud partner of Fill the Bus. The other thing I want to make sure that everyone knows about, though, is our nonprofit network online page. Councilman Villarreal serves as one of the co-chairs of this committee. The reason this was developed is because Pasadena has more than 75 nonprofit organizations across the city, and their needs are ongoing and constant. And so there's an online portal where anybody that's a nonprofit, that's a chamber member, can post their needs. And so as a citizen or as a business, if you want to go on and visit that on the chamber website, you can do that to help meet those needs. And so we invite you to participate in that. And then from an education standpoint, we have our July 13th Membership 101. So if you know somebody that's a small business that's looking to open or to get resources, then they can come to our Membership 101 event to understand how we can help them grow and thrive. And then lastly, connecting. Pasadena Chamber of Commerce hosts Taste of the Town every year, and although that seems far away in November, it kicks off in July. And so save the date for Thursday, November 2nd at the Pasadena Convention Center, where we will host this year's event with featuring more than 30 restaurants, our Pasadena Loves Local Small Business Market, and a live auction. And so we look forward to providing all of these events and helping our community connect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Brenda King?
Good morning, Mayor and City Council. My name is Brenda King. I live on Thistledown with the property 2 doors down with the rat problem. My question is, I have seen workers out, enforcement, the pest control, but my question is, the man will not let anyone in on his property to check the inside. So trapping the rats like you're doing, they say there's over 1,000 rats outside. So how are you going to get rid of all the rats if you do not get inside the property, check the attic, check the fur downs, and all of that? Number 2, if he was not a humane type neighbor that did not want to kill the rats, he wants to trap them, I guess, how else would you go in and exterminate a property without the rats running all through the neighborhood? What's the second option? And will you get a warrant to go inside the property and check? Because the way they're doing it now, it's a Band-Aid on the problem. There's no way that you can get rid of all those rats, trapping them in a cage. And the exterminator said he was going to put out a birth control, but if they don't eat it, how's that going to help? And the house is falling apart. Will you check that with the codes to see if it's safe for the people to live in it?
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Patricia Farrell?
I'm glad I got to talk after the rat issue because the first 2 speakers were talking about such great events. Council members, Mayor, my name is Pat Farrell, and I live in the University Park Patio Home subdivision, which is in the very south part of Pasadena. I've lived there for over 16 years, and I've served in the last 5 years as the president of our HOA. Basically, over the 16 years where I've lived in Pasadena, I have been very pleased with the services from Pasadena, particularly your police department. It's all been great, okay? Up until now. The last 30 days since y'all chose the new trash pickup, we've transferred from Waste Management to Frontier, it has been a nightmare, okay? A nightmare. Obviously, as president of the HOA, I receive a lot of phone calls on issues. You have to understand the demographics also of our neighborhood. My neighborhood is not a young neighborhood. I'm one of the youngest people, and I'm 74. So That tells you something. A little harder for people to change and understand things. What I'm going to address is just basically some problems I had with the Pasadena, with y'all itself for making this decision. Sanitation is one of the most important services provided by a city as far as infrastructure goes. Other than streetlights, it's sanitation. And in this area, I feel that Pasadena has totally failed and is underserving our community. Basically, number one, we found out about this change only 6 days before it was going to happen. 6 days. We got on the website on Sunday and noticed, bingo, it was happening, okay? So we had to scurry around, make flyers, put them up on mailboxes to let people know. And we told everybody we could tell, just so people knew when to change the trash days, okay? There was never an explanation, at least where I could find, written up on why the change occurred, other than it's saving the city millions. This was a phone call that numerous residents received saying that this change would be saving the city millions. That's all we know, okay? That's all we ever got notification of. The city was not particularly transparent to anybody on why this change was made. You know, what did Waste Management want versus what, you know, they could provide for costs and so forth, okay? What I am seeing in 30 days, and 30 days is a fairly long time period, it's not 1 week, that there's no comparison between the two companies at all. No comparison as far as professionalism
Thank you, ma'am.
goes.
I appreciate your comments.
Is that
Your
it?
time's up.
Oh, okay. Well,
you so
anyway, okay, sorry. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Phyllis, on this last name, help me. Oh, that's you. Get up here. Come up here, Miss Phyllis. I do know you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council people, for letting me speak. And I am the treasurer of the HOA board in Pasadena, University Park Patio Homes. I've heard a number of complaints also about the new garbage pickup. Saturday pickup is becoming a real problem. They want the garbage out by 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. It's a little early for some people if that's their days off, if they work every day during the week. So the company wants it out there by 7, but they don't come to our neighborhood till 6:30 or 7 o'clock at night. So the garbage stays out there all day in the heat, attracting roaches, rodents that have been a problem in other neighborhoods. If somebody was going to be out of town, that means their garbage must be put out before they leave, which then alerts burglars that they're not there, attracting bugs and rodents again. And if they have company for the weekend, who wants to go and have friends visit your house with every house having garbage out in front? There's also been confusion over the recycling items. Sometimes we're told one thing is like for recycling, and sometimes it's not. I guess I don't understand why the city signed a contract with a company that can't provide comparable services to what we had. They don't have enough trucks to do all the work, and that's why they come on Saturday. So obviously, they're not doing as much as the previous company. And I know that the city wants to save money, but will the savings then be passed on to the residents? And if not, we'll be paying more. Actually, our rate just went up not long ago. So if we are not given a rebate on it, then we'll be paying more and getting bad service. And we just found out it's for 5 years. So we will have bad service for the next 5 years.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Robert Pierce.
Councilman, members, my name is Robert Pierce, and I'm a neighbor of 2 previous speakers, and I've lived in that neighborhood for 24 years. I would just like to reiterate what they've said and also express my displeasure in the new service. It has been a total flop as far as I'm concerned, to the point that I've had to go out and clean up after scraps in the street that they didn't load into the trucks. That's the first time I've had to do that in 24 years, you know. So I'm also a little displeased with the change up in the recycling. I liked it the way it was. It worked fine. But I think things have deteriorated tremendously. And we have a very nice neighborhood and nice neighbors. Most of us are a little older, and we all have pets. And one of the things I'm displeased about is the speed with which the trucks make their way through the neighborhood. They're always running late, and they're always in a hurry, and they're not driving carefully. So, anyway, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Joe Knight.
Well, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to say a few things to support my fellow neighbors. I live in the same neighborhood, have been for 21 years. And I just want to, I can't emphasize this enough. Everything they've said is spot on, exactly the way it is. I couldn't personally be more disappointed with the way things are being done and the way the trash pickup. I wish it were not the case, and I wish we had the old company. It worked really, really well for a long, long time. And basically, I'm just here to support my neighbors and the neighborhood. And I love where I live. We've got great people living there. It couldn't be better. But this trash issue is unbelievable. And like they said earlier, on one particular day, I can remember seeing the trash all day long out there, all day long. Even the vultures fly down and pick at it. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I can't emphasize that enough. We need help. We need help with that issue, please. And other than that, there are a few issues, and I'm not going to have enough time to address it maybe at another meeting. But one of them would be a speeding issue off of Middlebrook Drive, and I have some ideas on that one. I'd like to do it at another meeting. And the other thing is fireworks on the 4th of July. If any of you are aware, we have a major pipeline right away that goes right by our neighborhood, and also all the way over to the University of Houston, Clear Lake, in that area. And last year, there were fireworks being shot on that right away. And I'm not talking about bottle rockets, I'm talking about big ones. Somebody had gotten on there and done that. That is a gas pipeline, okay? As far as I'm concerned, it was absolutely frightening to think, you know, that something could have gone wrong, especially if any of the gas happens to be venting for any reason or another. So anyway, that's an issue I'd like to take up at another time. And I really, really do appreciate this opportunity on behalf of all of us. Thank you for your help, and look forward to speaking to you again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, council brings us down to presentation of minutes, June 20th, 2023, 6 p.m. Motion Estrada.
Second.
Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Council brings us down to progress payments. Motion Ibarra. Second Estrada. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Brings down to finance resolutions. Motion Estrada, second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Brings us down to personnel changes A. Motion was that Ibarra, and second by Dow. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, brings us down to mayor appointments. We're going to suspend the rules and bring up the mayor pro tem. Madam Secretary, if you'll read the
Nomination and election of Mayor Pro Tem, Councilmember Bianca Valerio for first year of term, Councilmember Ruben Villarreal for second year term.
Motion to amend, Mayor.
Not yet, you have to wait. I'll tell you when to do it. We got a motion by Ibarra. Second by Valerio. Any questions? Now you do it.
Motion to amend, Mayor.
Okay, what's your motion?
Motion to amend election of Mayor Pro Tem. Nomination for Mayor Pro Tem, year one, Councilwoman Bianca Valerio, year two, Councilmember Pat Van Hout.
Okay, on the vote, on the motion? Yeah, all right, second by Ibarra. Okay, now on the vote, if you're for the amendment?
Mayor?
Yes, go ahead.
So, I'm going to support the amendment for various reasons. I don't want to disparage any council member of what they've done or haven't done, or experienced or anything like that. But my decisions for basically supporting Councilmember Van Hout for the second year is, she's been a councilwoman for 10 years. She frequently attends all community and city events. Her knowledge and experience about city operations is, can't compare it. And she's never been Mayor Pro Tem for she's been on council for almost 10 years, and she's never been a Mayor Pro Tem. I don't always see eye to eye with Councilmember Van Hout. She does give me a headache from time to time, but she's an honorable person, so therefore I'll be supporting this amendment.
Okay, voting for the motion, all in favor for the motion, vote aye.
On the amendment?
On the amendment.
Aye.
All against it, vote no. No. Okay, motion does not pass. So
Mayor,
now-
can I get, it's hard to hear right now with everybody.
You have two no votes.
Correct.
I mean, you have
and-
two yes votes. You
Okay.
have Guerrero and Ibarra,
And everyone else.
and everybody else voted no.
Thank
So motion does not pass. Now we're gonna vote on what's, excuse me, on the nomination. All in favor? Any opposed? Three noes. No, the amendment failed. Now we're on the original. So we have three no votes. We have Guerrero, Estrada, and Ibarra. And it passes. Okay, now we're going back to the council meeting, and we're going for the appointment of the Sign Appeal Committee. Need a motion for that? Motion Shanebine?
Motion to amend.
Not yet. Second, Ibarra. Any questions? Now, yet.
Yes, sir. Motion to amend, nominate alternate members of nomination of Don Harrison and Bruce Lehman to nominations of Mariano and Ernesto. My basis behind this is, unfortunately, this current nomination of the current people on the agenda alienates our community, saying that we have a limited pool of talent within the community, which is a false narrative. We have more personnel available who have the qualification and background, and to highlight also, these are prior council members, which just shows a clear bias. So I will support the community, and I will support my amendment for Mariano and Ernesto to be the alternate members.
Okay, we have a second on that? Second, Ibarra. All in favor? Any question? All in favor of the motion, of the amendment? Vote now yes. Aye. His amendment. Yes. Okay. What's that? Okay. We have four ayes, all against it? No here? No. 5 noes. The amendment does not pass. Now we're voting on the original, what's on the agenda. All
Mayor,
in favor?
I am so sorry, but I'm not catching
Okay.
who, for the motion to amend.
Okay, we have 4 yeses. We have Guerrero, Van Hout, Estrada, and Ibarra.
Thank you so much.
Got it. And 5 noes, so the amendment fails. And now we're moving for the vote on the original, what's on the agenda for the appointment. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The 4 noes. Got it? Okay. Passes. That brings us down to City Board Commissions Report. A, Orchard Place Townhouse Subdivision, Lot 54, 10 reserved, 2 blocks. Motion Ibarra, second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Passes. All right, Madam Secretary, brings us down to our final readings.
Ordinance 2023-100. Ordinance 2023-101.
Motion Ibarra, second by Guerrero. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Madam Secretary brings down the first readings.
Ordinance 2023-102, authorizing and approving an interlocal agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Harris County Protective Services for children and adults to provide a full-time counselor to assist victims. Ordinance 2023-103, authorizing and approving a contract by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Ziegler Cooper Incorporated for design services for the Police Range Storage Building, CIP number P014, for a total appropriation of $72,400 from the General Fund CIP Fund Balance Account. Ordinance 2023-104, authorizing and approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Kimley Horn and Associates Incorporated for environmental assessment and environmental review record of Dabney Storm Interconnect Project CIP number D059 for the City of Pasadena for a total appropriation of $18,000 from the General CIP Fund Balance Account. Ordinance 2023-105, authorizing and approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Ascura Robinson Company, LLC, for design services for the Southmore Avenue Park Project CIP number R084 for a total appropriation of $49,550 to be funded from the 2022 Certificate of Obligation Fund Balance Account. Ordinance 2023-106, an ordinance amending ordinance 2022-42, which authorized and approved an agreement between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Gillette Services for survey services for Vince Bayou Wastewater Treatment Plant Wet Weather Facility CIP WW084 and appropriating additional funding in the amount of $6,916.08 from the System CIP Fund Balance Account for a total appropriation $45,004.08. Ordinance 2023-107, authorizing approving a payment in the amount of $112,787.50 to Waste Management of Texas Incorporated for tornado debris pickup and disposal of the City of Pasadena. Ordinance 2023-108, authorizing approving a contract between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Belt Harris Pekacek LLP for auditing services, including single audit completion engagement and agreed upon procedures to be rendered to the city for the years rendered September 30th, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Ordinance 2023-109, authorizing approving a contract between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Elevator Transportation Services Incorporated for the City Hall Elevators Project CIP number M068 at the City Hall using Epic 6 Cooperative Purchasing RFP number 1.23 for a total appropriation of $391,249.55. Ordinance 2023-110, authorizing approving a contract for the purchase of TNT rescue extraction equipment for the City of Pasadena, Texas Fire Department from Advanced Rescue Systems Incorporated and appropriating the amount of $66,470. Ordinance 2023-111, authorizing approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Clark Condon Associates Incorporated for landscape architect services for the Pasadena City Hall Landscape and Irrigation Project CIP M057 for a total appropriation of $14,000 from the landscaping operating account. Ordinance 2023-112, authorizing approving contract for the purchase of the City of Pasadena, Texas of LED light fixtures for the Central Library with Dealers Electrical Supply using the buy board contract number 69023 and appropriating the amount of $53,150. Ordinance 2023-113, authorizing approving the purchase and installation of playground equipment from Craftsman Commercial Playgrounds and Water Parks using buy board contract number 67922 in the amount of $62,132.36. Ordinance 2023-114, authorizing the purchase and installation of skate ramps from American Skate Company through Sourcewell Cooperative Contract number 112420 ARC for a total appropriation of $104,612.38. Ordinance 2023-115, authorizing the purchase and installation of a lighting and sound absorption system from Ford Audio Video Systems, LLC, using buy board contract number 64421 in the amount of $194,513.88. Ordinance 2023-116, an agreement with Sarah's House to provide shelter operations and services for the homeless women and children under the Community Development Block Grant, $66,186.20.
Motion Estrada, second by, was it Guerrero? All in favor?
Mayor.
Question? Go ahead.
I want to thank on item M, I want to thank our Parks Director, Jed, who has actually been working on this for 2 years to try to secure the funding for the improvements on the skate ramps at Memorial Park. So I do want to thank him. Like I said, for 2 years, he's actually been working and
luckily he was able to find MD Anderson to come up with the $114,000 for those improvements, so thank him, thank you.
You bet. Any other comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Passes. Madam Secretary, resolutions?
Resolution 2023-144, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pasadena, Texas, to appoint members Ken Unford and Elaine Domick to the Board of Directors of Pasadena Economic Development Corporation to replace Emilio Carmona and Salvador Serrano Jr. Resolution 2023-145, a resolution setting a public hearing in the City Council Chamber, City Hall, 1149 Ellsworth Drive, Pasadena, Texas 77506, at 6 p.m. July 18, 2023, for the purpose of hearing any interested citizen on the proposed budget for the Crime Control and Prevention District for the budget year beginning October 1, 2023, and ending September 30, 2024. Resolution 2023-146, accepting a donation of $100 from Mr. and Mrs. Ramirez for the use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the Madison Job Senior Center. Resolution 2023-147, accepting a donation valued at $2,500 for Senior Expo 2023 event from Devoted Health for the use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the Madison Job Senior Center. Resolution 2023-148, accepting a donation of $5,000 from HEB for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the City of Pasadena's Fourth Fest event. Resolution 2023-149, accepting an in-kind donation of equipment valued at $5,200 from Waste Management for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the annual Fourth Fest event held at the Pasadena Convention Center and Fairgrounds on July 4, 2023. Resolution 2023-150, accepting an in-kind donation of prizes for bingo valued at $35 from Dedicated Senior Medical Center for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the Madison Job Senior Center. Resolution 2023-151, a resolution authorizing the Pasadena Public Library to participate in the Texas State Library and Archive Interlibrary Loan Lending Reimbursement Program to attend to the secure granting for aid and costs associated with the program, i.e. shipping and supplies. Resolution 2023-152, a resolution authorizing the mayor on behalf of the Pasadena Police Department to accept a donation of $10,000 from Chevron Products Company to be used by the Pasadena Police Department to purchase backpacks for the annual Back to School giveaway, $2,500, the Blue Family Thanksgiving Program, $2,500, and the Officer Santa Program, $5,000.
Motion Valerio, second Villarreal.
Motion to amend.
Not yet. Any questions? Now.
Oh, that's my question. Motion to amend. Item A, appointments to the Board of Directors of Economic Development for Pasadena. I recommend and I nominate Johnny Fusler and Steve Halverson. The reason I nominate these individuals, Johnny Fusler is a native of Pasadena, whose father has ran a successful business in Pasadena, whose family now runs a successful business where they thrive on supporting the community's mental health and support for our students and our community members alike. Steve Halverson is currently a director of Baylor College of Medicine, managing all cash flow for inventory in and out. I believe these professional individuals have the professional experience, the drive and the commitment to Pasadena to move our city forward, and this is why I nominate them too.
Will you second on the motion? We have a second on the motion. Any other questions? Okay, if you're for the amendment, vote yes or aye. Aye. We have 4 ayes. If you're against it, vote no. No. We got 5 noes. The amendment does not pass. Now we're going to vote on exactly what's on the resolutions. We'll just vote for A now, and we'll vote for the rest of them later. All in favor? Aye. All against? 4 noes. You got the 4? Okay. Passes. Now we're going to vote on, what's that?
Did we vote on that first with Valerio and?
I didn't hear the question. Yes. You get.
I thought we already had our motion on all of them, and then the amendment was made.
Yes, we did. Okay. Now we're going to vote on the rest of the resolutions.
Mayor, discussion.
Go ahead.
I just want to thank Chevron for their generous donation, especially the annual backpack giveaway. We've been able to give about 50 to 60 backpacks, actually maybe more than that, every year. That's one of the things that got started about 6 years ago with council members. So I do want to thank Chevron, and hopefully this year's event is a success. That'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
One of these items is setting a public hearing for the Crime Control and Prevention District budget. This is money that goes to help the police. It is your tax money, not your property tax. This is sales tax money. The proposed budget is listed online, and if you have an interest, look at it, come to the hearing. It will be in our next meeting, Tuesday, 2 weeks from now at 6 p.m.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Mayor.
Go ahead.
Yes, on item E, accepting a donation of $5,000 from HEB. I just want to thank HEB for being a partner to the city, always contributing to much of our community engagement and community events and giving back to us. I want to thank HEB and highlight their continued support.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. Thanks for everybody coming out. God bless. Meeting adjourned.